Hi, so today I wanted to do a makeup tutorial for people who have really oily skin like me. I have a lot of blemishes, as you can see, like there's one there, and it's kind of gross, and I have blackheads and big pores and stuff, so I like to cover all that up because I'm really self-conscious about my skin. So I start by using Proactiv. I use all of it. I love it. It works really well, especially on oily skin, because it can dry out your skin if you don't have oily skin, so that's bad. And then I use this moisturizer. It's Absolutely Beaming Daily Moisturizer by Equate, and it's really cheap. Just a little bit, because it can make your skin kind of oily, so I try to stick to a bare minimum of it. Apply it all over your face really well. Make sure to rub it in. Okay, and then after that, wait for it to just kind of sink in for a little bit. It doesn't take very long, but the next step, you definitely don't want your face to be really like wet, because that's really gross. Not only is that really gross, but I'm going to talk about the stuff that I'm about to use. I use the Maybelline Dream Nude Air Foam, and I use the lightest kind, and I don't have the lightest skin in the world, but I don't want to look orange, because it can make you look orange if you don't use the right color. And this also has SPF 16 in it, so it will protect you from the sun. Obviously, that's what SPF does. Sunscreen. And yeah, classic ivory, like I said, or ivory. Normally I use ivory, but I got classic ivory this time. Okay, so you shake it up, spray just a bit into your hand, like that much is enough. And then you put it on in small things, press it down, and put it in like this in circles. And it gets you some really even coverage. You just have to be careful because you don't want to get it in your hair, and I probably should have put my hair up since I just did it, but that's okay. You can already see that my skin looks better on both sides, and it doesn't, it's like, it's the right color for my skin, so it doesn't leave a weird line, but I do like to blend it into my neck just a little bit, just in case there is a line that I just don't see. So you do this all over your face. Oh, I didn't rub it in well on my chin, but I will in a second. So yeah, you really don't need much because it's pretty watery, but it does dry. So don't worry when you're first putting it on if it seems really wet, because it just dries in the air. Okay. So try not to get too much of it in your eyebrows either, because it doesn't do anything bad, but it just doesn't look so good. And then if there's any left over on your hands, just rub it in like you would the cream, little moisturizer. Make sure you get your nose pretty well. And blend it into your hairline so that there isn't a weird line there either. Blend it down here. Okay, so now my skin already looks so much better, and I already start looking like myself. I'm gonna wipe this off real quick. So it does kind of stay on your hands, and that's not good. Well, I mean, you know, it's fine, but okay. And then the next thing that I use is this Revlon Photo Ready concealer, and I just take my finger, bring it up a little bit, take a little bit, and then dab it on the spots that I need it. You don't need very much because it works super well. So if you just use a tiny bit, it makes your blemishes basically disappear. I have a little bit of a sunburn on my nose too, so I'm just going to cover that up. And like, I have some dark spots too, and this helps, but also the cover-up that I used all over my face really helps as well, because I get acne a lot on this side of my face, and I just have some scarring, like a little bit, and so I like to keep that covered up, and it definitely helps with that. Okay, so now on to the next step. This is like the last all-over thing that I put on my face. I use the MAC Studio Fix. I think it works really well. It's kind of expensive, but I think it's worth it because it keeps me from looking shiny. I can reapply it when I need to. I use the NC30 because, like I said, really light skin. Just brush. Rub it all over your face. Even on your neck a little bit, like I said the last time with the cover-up, because You don't want that weird line on your forehead, especially heavily apply it in your T-zone because you will get oily there if you have oily skin like me. And sometimes after this, the concealer comes off, like you can see that little blemish. So I'm just gonna add a tiny bit more, not too much more. And now it's gone. So the next thing that I do is, well, if you want to, your lips can get kind of dry after that because obviously you're putting a bunch of stuff on your face and it gets on your lips. So you can just put a little bit of lip gloss on it. I'm just using a Sephora lip gloss, but you can use whatever you want. And then I like to use blush. So I use the MAC blush as well. But my mom gets it for me, so I don't have to pay for it. Brush. Smile. Voila. And if you don't think it's blended in enough, you can use your fingers to just sort of brush it up a little bit. Okay, and I don't really use eyeliner, so I'm just gonna skip that. I mean, I have a little bit right now, but that's because I was in a show last night, and I'm just gonna make sure that I get that all off, because it looks kind of funny if you just have a tiny bit. So, the next thing that I'm gonna do is, you can see I don't really have eyebrows like I do. I don't even pluck them. They're just really, really light, because when I was born, I had blonde hair, and these just never darkened up. So I like to use the MAC Brow Set, and I think it almost looks like mascara, but it's not. It has the same kind of brush, and you just use it on your eyebrows really lightly because it's pretty thick stuff. And now I have eyebrows. And then the last thing, I mean, I don't often put eyeshadow on, but I'm going to a photo shoot after this, so I probably will. I like to use this stuff, the Wet n Wild Color Icon palette, for brown eyes, because guess what? I have brown eyes. So, they say where you're supposed to put it, but I don't normally follow that. I just kind of mix them together a little bit and put them on because I don't really care. I mean, I do, but they all look good, so it doesn't really matter what you do. There's some that are darker though, so only use the darker ones if you're going to a special occasion, I would say. I mean, I don't wear that much makeup every day. Okay, and now the only thing that I have left is mascara, which really brings it all together because it brightens your eyes, it makes your eyes look bigger, because I actually have really big eyes, but yeah. So I really, really, really like the Falsies Volume Express by Maybelline. It's pretty cheap, and it makes your eyelashes look huge. You won't look as good as the ladies in the commercials, but that's because they actually wear false eyelashes. So just put that on. You may need more than one coat, just to give your eyelashes their full potential. And see, I already look like a human being. Alright, and that's all that I have to do for my makeup. And now, you can see I don't have lines right there or there. My eyes look brighter, you can see my eyebrows. My cheeks don't look dead. And I didn't really do much to my lips, I just kind of leave them natural. So, please subscribe and post your comments and share this video, and I hope you enjoy it. Thank you.